What is up, peoples of the internet? Welcome to Karen's Corner. Today, we'll be talking about Karens that are refusing to wear their masks. A lot has happened within this past week. A lot of state mandates are starting to require everyone to wear masks outside their homes, and Karens are not happy. But before we jump into everything, uh, let me tell y'all about the Watch and Win contest we got going on. For on the 15th, the week of the 15th of next month, we'll be announcing the winner of a minimum of $25 gift card from a major online store. And to be that winner, you have to be the most engaging viewer. That means leave relevant comments, comment on commenters, like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, become a patron. Basically, if you are most memorable to me during that week, you will be that winner. And I received that card from Raise.com. At Raise.com, you can get up to 50% discount on gift cards, or if you have a gift card lying around, then you can go on there and sell your gift card. So, and I have a referral code in the details. If you use that referral code, you get $5. I get $5. We all eat. So, all right, let's jump right into it. So, this week in Florida, they mandated that you have to wear masks outside of your homes. And after that mandate, there was a town hall meeting.
Yeah, I think they were trying to mandate it.
Oh, they were trying to mandate it?
I don't know if they were trying to or they were testing it, but they had a meeting.
Oh, yeah.
It accumulated some hilarious content.
Oh, and if y'all ever watch the show Parks and Recreation, y'all gonna appreciate this upcoming video. All right. So, hi Fifi.
Felicia.
Hi Felicia. So, you want to jump right into it?
Yeah, let's go. We've got so much content this week because Karens have gone wild.
All right. Oh, by the way, y'all check out Karen's Gone Wild on Instagram.
It's very entertaining.
Yeah, for all your Karen needs.
Okay.
All right. Do you see the video on your end?
I see it.
I don't wear a mask for the same reason I don't wear underwear. Things gotta breathe.
I agree.
They want to throw God's wonderful breathing system out the door. You're all turning your backs on it.
In the beginning, God formed man out of the earth and breathed his breath in him, and he became a living soul. Where do you derive the authority to regulate human breathing? What you
don't regulate my breathing.
Dogma that they're trying to shove down our throats on every commercial and every store, and it's disgusting.
Removing our freedoms and our constitutional rights by these communist dictatorship orders or laws you want to mandate.
You did not listen to we the people.
We the people.
Country, I would die for the Constitution. You know what? You disgrace me.
Okay,
you
Billy.
Know why? You did not listen to we the people. You made your decision.
I haven't worn a mask
Kevin.
yet. I'm not wearing it today. Besides, despite what you guys do up here today, I'm not wearing one tomorrow. I was born free. I will stay free. My rights come from God, not from you. I'm not wearing it. You're going to have to hold me down and put it on me.
We are a nation of shared values of freedom, liberty, equality. We are home of the free, land of the brave. This is America, as someone else spoke. This is not Cuba. We are not in a communist nation.
Every single one of you
I love her.
that are obeying the devil's laws are going to be arrested. And you, doctors, are going to be arrested for crimes against humanity. We will get together and do a citizen's arrest on every single human being that goes against the freedom of choice. Okay, you
Oh,
cannot
freedom of choice.
mandate.
Ooh, I'm going to come back to
You
that.
cannot mandate somebody to wear a mask
Pretty sure
knowing
you
that
can.
mask is killing people. It literally is killing people.
I don't
Every
know when a
single
mask
one
is
of
ever.
you have a smirk behind that little mask, but every single one of you are going to get punished by God. You cannot escape God. You cannot escape
Can't
God. I'm gonna say
escape
that again.
God.
You cannot escape God, not even with the mask or 6 feet.
No,
Okay? 6 feet, like I said before, is military protocol. You're trying to get people to train them so when the cameras, the 5G comes out, what? They're gonna scan everybody. We gotta get scanned, we gotta get temperature. The kids have to go to school with masks. Are you insane? Are you crazy? I think all of you should be in a psych ward right the heck now.
And I say Trump 2020, and I hope every one of you gets voted out who votes for a mask here today. Shame on you for voting for a mask.
Shame on you.
I heard you say this is a democracy, and I'm sick and tired of hearing you say that. It's a republic.
Okay, let's pause it there.
I could not hold a straight face while, like, if I was up on that panel and they were yelling at me like that, I would have to leave the room. Like, I would be horrible. Like, I would have to put like a huge shield in front of my face because I would be laughing the whole time. I'd be like, are these people for real? Like, what is wrong with you? And I like the woman. She says, you know, we have rights to choices, to choose what we want to do with our body. Are those the same people saying that the woman has a right to choose? I doubt it.
No, but what she's choosing to do with her body is affecting the body of the people around her.
Exactly.
She has that right when she's in her own home.
Right. It's like you're in your own home. They have proven that one, masks are not going to harm you. You can't die from your own breath. Two, they've proven that new studies are coming out that the best way for the virus to be transmitted is through droplets from your body. Okay. So wearing a mask prevents droplets getting out. And so
it doesn't fully prevent it, but it prevents the majority of it.
Right. I mean, I don't understand how people can sit there. Well, I guess they don't look at the science and the facts because people like that don't read science. You know, they watch Fox News. So, um, the science says, okay, numbers are spiking. These are the things we need to do. And it's like all of a sudden they're telling them to put a piece of cloth over their face, and they're freaking out, just freaking out. I mean, I would hate to be associated with someone, like if they were my mother or they were like my friends or something, you know, someone, you know, like a mother-in-law, someone I had to like interact with all the time, who had this kind of attitude towards the world. Like it's really scary.
And when did church and state combine? What does God have to do with a town meeting?
He doesn't, and that's always that's always the crazy wackadoo. That's always their point. It's like, okay, well, good for you. I'm glad that your God's going to protect you, but I, may not believe in your God, so I'm gonna rely on science and make sure.
I mean, that's the thing with these Karens. They push their beliefs onto others. They think there's only one perspective.
Yep.
They have a one-track mind.
Yep.
And
I know I had to deal with similar instances this week.
Oh,
yeah.
we can get into that later. At the end, I have a public announcement.
Oh, okay.
It's a positive one.
Yeah, I mean, I just, like I said, I could not sit there and hold a straight face. And this one didn't show the part where she, degrades someone. She's like, you may be a doctor, but that doesn't mean anything. And I'm like, yes, it does. I'm like, you go to medical school, you get a doctorate, and then y'all can have this debate.
That shows that these Karens think they know everything.
Oh,
that they're above everything.
I mean, I have a teaching degree, a master's degree, and I don't know everything in the world. If I don't know it, I go and I try to use credible sources, which they try to teach students like what credible sources are, but I think that we need to do a better job because people don't understand what a credible source is. And they'll just Google whatever they want. And if it fits to their agenda, their, beliefs, then they're like, that has to be true because that's what I think and that's what they're saying. So that's true. So it's really scary.
And think about these Karens, that Kevin, these are parents of kids that you'll be teaching in the future.
Yeah.
So deal with that.
At least I get them young and I can try to build their background knowledge of the world. And so, they'll have more empathy for other people and they'll be more willing to see people's differences and get along. And, that's my goal because I mean, in the end, we all and it shows how small our world actually is because this whole thing is global. It's a global pandemic, and we're all in it together. And so you need to teach children that. It's not us. It's not us in our city. It's not us in our state. It's not our country. It's the whole world, and we're in this together.
Yeah, I tell that to all the Karens. They feel that it's just them and nobody else matters.
I'm just like I kind of want to do. I wish I had time to do like a research study about why. I mean, I'm sure there's research studies out there, but about why these people are the way that they are. Like, why do they think this way? Why? Why do they feel the need to, you know, refute science? I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. It would be a good study.
Well, at UCL, Professor Taylor, she did teach a class on white privilege before. I was actually in that class. Well,
what was the main takeaway?
What was that?
What was the main takeaway?
The main takeaway is everything that I've been saying because they're upper class. They believe they're better than everyone else. They've been taught that they're better than everyone else, even in history books.
Yep. Oh, the more I've been reading about the history of like the U.S. curriculum and everything, because I want to be, knowledgeable about things that I'm teaching about my career path. It just disgusts me. I'm like, we could have had this more, inclusive, open-minded, um, background that builds students' background knowledge about the world and history. And, Republicans shot it down and they said, no, America's first, America's number one. And that's what we have to teach our students.
So it's a sense of superiority.
Yes.
So maybe we should get rid of that mentality going forward. That maybe America's not the best or America's not number one, but we're more of we should change it into like a more empathetic country that helps.
You have to be able to teach people that from a young age because they grow up with these thought processes, and you have to be able to have the people who make decisions, like who decide on what curriculum to teach. You have to make sure that they don't have this, propaganda agenda where they want to teach, America first, America's number one. You got to make sure the people who are in charge don't have those ideas. So again, it all comes down to you having to be civically involved. You have to vote, like I say every week, because that's what it has to do. It has to be that way.
Yeah. All right. I would definitely vote every week.
Yeah. Okay.
That sounds like what you just said.
Well, I mean, I say every week. Every week, I'm like, you must vote.
That's a lot of voting.
All right, let's watch the rest of these Karens.
Okay, let me share the screen. And word of warning, there's a big shocker at the end. All right.
Day one. This is opening day of Trader Joe's in North Hollywood. This is Karen.
She is screaming.
I have a breathing problem. My doctor would not let me wear a mask. So anyone around me needs to wear a mask. You guys are violating
Federal law tree.
Oh, that is assault right there.
Get away. She got the gun on me. He wanted to hit me with the car.
Wow.
I'm telling. Get away.
Look how close she is.
Get the license plate now. You were never about to hit me with the damn car. You about to hit me with the car? Oh, both of y'all put guns on me, okay? Call Richard back up to the police. Call Richard back up here now. Oh, no, I ain't jumping on your girl. Was walking. Your husband was hitting me.
Oh my God.
All right. That was crazy.
Ooh. So I read earlier, they came out, because I guess it happened last night. They came out and said that what happened was this woman, the white woman with the gun, she bumped in the woman filming. Her and her daughters were coming out of a Chipotle, and the white woman bumped into them. So the black woman, she turned around and said, "Excuse you." And then the white woman just went nuts, and she was like screaming and then just going crazy. And she was like, all you had to do was apologize. Like, what? Why are you going crazy? So then the van is like parked in the parking lot, and one of the daughters, I think it's one of the daughters, starts walking around it to leave or get out of the way or something, and the van starts reversing. So the person like hits the back of the van, so she doesn't run her over. And that just like sets her off even more. And that's when she gets her gun and she comes out, vigilante, like, ooh, with her gun. I'm just like, that's terrifying. And, that's a whole nother segment itself. People just being able to free will with their guns and all that mess. I mean, she's not a police officer. She's, a regular person, just able to just, route her gun around. And apparently she was arrested, but then they released her like after. So there's, all this talk about what they're going to do with her.
I feel that she was putting those kids in danger. Those actually could traumatize those kids for life.
What if the gun accidentally went off? What if she didn't mean to shoot anyone, but she did? She killed someone. Then she'd be a murderer. Like, she'd ruin her life because she, freaked out because she bumped into someone and that person. I mean, that's happened to me before. Like, I'm not paying attention. They're like, "Oh, excuse you," and I'm like, "Oh, sorry." So yeah, sometimes people have an attitude about it, but it's like, I'm not gonna get in their face and then whip my gun out and be all like, "Ah," like a crazy person.
All right, so what is worse, pulling that gun out on that family, or that lady that coughed on that person?
Well, I mean, obviously,
if that lady had corona.
Well, yeah, and the woman she coughed on was actually a cancer patient. She was actually going on her way to a treatment. She had her mask on. She hadn't been out in a long time. She was like, "I'm just going to run into the store really quick on the way to the doctor," because she had time to waste. And then she saw the woman berating the cashier. Like, she wanted to return an item, but she didn't have the item. And so they were like, "Ma'am, we can't return an item if you don't have it." And so she was screaming and yelling at them. And she had her young daughter there too, like the woman who's screaming. So she's making a fool of herself in front of her kid, in front of everyone at the store. And so that's when the woman starts recording her, because she wants to show, like, she wants to be like, this woman is being nuts. So she starts recording her. As soon as she pulls her phone out, the woman turns on her, and that's when she starts yelling at her. And then she goes and coughs in her face.
That's assault right there.
I mean,
I know if you spit on somebody, you can be charged for assault.
Yeah, it's like a biological weapon at this point, basically. And if she has cancer, I mean, honestly, like, personally, if I had cancer and I was going to the doctor for treatment, I wouldn't go out to a store. I don't even go to stores now.
Yeah, especially now.
And so, and I feel for her, because I've been in a situation where people at a store are going crazy, and I've stepped in and I've said something, and they are just vicious. And again, I'm like, where do these people get the mentality that they can treat other humans like this? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And so I told, I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, okay. And then the first video the lady came back, they interviewed her on the news, and she was trying to defend herself, like, oh, I called the Trader Joe's, and the manager said, okay, yeah, you can come in without a mask, it's okay. So then she goes to Trader Joe's, she realized she went to the wrong Trader Joe's. She talked to that manager, the manager's like, okay, you can come in this one time without a mask. And then she goes inside, and then she says this man starts attacking her, verbally, abusively attacking her. So she's defending herself. And then she's defending herself, and she said there's no political agenda, even though at the beginning of it, when she's walking away, she keeps going, you Democratic pigs. I'm like, okay. So there's
That
no
sounds like a political attack to me.
And she says she wouldn't give the news her name, like she didn't want her real name out there, which I wouldn't either, because people, if I was acting that stupid in public, I wouldn't want people to know who I was. And then she would not give the news station a legitimate reason for her health issue about why she couldn't breathe.
If there even was one to start with.
No, I mean, every comment I've read for that video, they're like, wow, if you have such breathing issues, how are you screaming? How are you screaming that much?
Oh, and by her screaming, she's putting more particles into the air.
Yep. I mean, like like this week, people were tagging us in videos, like, look at this one, look at this one. These people have gotten out of control. And I'm sure that, there's a lot of people out there who are suffering from, being locked in the house, not being able to live their normal lives. And they're just getting, stir crazy. And then, an election's coming up. There's this whole civil rights movement. So it's like the whole pot's being stirred, So it's just a crazy time. It's just crazy.
People are just very tense right now.
Very tense. Very tense.
Yeah, I think like a lot of us are feeling it at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, we need to just chill out and do some like yoga.
Yeah. I think I should get into that. So that kind of leads me to like like a realization after some reflection today. So I'm gonna announce right here that like after going over and consuming so much negativity,
Yeah.
I feel like it's just been eating away at my soul.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've been contributing to a lot of the negativity by covering this content. Like I think you told me before, if you put negativity out into the universe, then I guess I forgot what went after that.
I mean, whatever you put out there will come back to you.
Yeah, so karma.
Well, yeah, karma too. Yeah.
So
if you stop yourself with negativity, you're gonna, that's all you're gonna have.
So I feel like take a break from covering all this negative content and just focus focus on positive content that helps people.
Yeah.
And shine a bright light on negative things. That's why next week I want to do a Karen's Corner, where we find a Karen that's actually done some positive for the world.
Would she be considered a Karen then, though?
Maybe she's redeeming herself from being a Karen and trying to take back the Karen name and put some positivity into it.
Yeah, that's true.
So next week is going to be a very uplifting episode.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, we're not going to bash on any Karens next week, and we're going to try to bring Karens up in a little bit. That's like not every Karen is a bad Karen.
Well, maybe. I mean, I feel like if you call them Karen, that's because they are doing something bad. Legit Karen, which I feel bad for those. They said that people have stopped naming their kids Karen.
Oh, I just found out that Whoopi Goldberg's name is actually Karen Goldberg. Yes.
That's fine.
So, but yeah, that's where this channel is headed.
I think that's
like
great.
more positive content. And with TBG Spills the Tea, next week we'll be doing living single during COVID and point out the positives of that.
Well, I guess positive means single during COVID. I don't have to live with someone who drives me crazy.
Me neither.
I know my parents have been driving each other crazy.
So, on that note, do you have any last remarks for Karens who don't want to wear a mask at this time and point?
I mean, if you don't want to wear a mask, stay home. I mean, at this point, now that the things are going, you pretty much have to. It's a whole state of Texas, you have to wear a mask. Unless you're in a county that has less than 10% of the population tested positive for COVID, which that's a rural little honky donk town. You know what I mean? Because pretty much everywhere in Texas there's so many positive tests. So I think a lot of other states are going to, well, at least the ones that are kind of out of control again, like Texas, they're going to mandate masks. So it's just get used to it. And, they're saying that when we go back to school, us and the kids are going to have to wear masks. And I don't know how that's going to work.
All I got to say is if your city, your state, your town mandates wearing masks outside, don't fight it, because that's just selfish.
It's so selfish.
Think about the people around you, and for God's sake, don't cut a hole in your mask.
Mm-mm.
You will be filmed and you will be put on the internet.
Yeah.
Because and people will laugh at you. So don't do that either.
Yeah. Well, just don't be an idiot. Just, be a productive citizen. Don't be.
Don't be a Karen. Don't be a Kevin. Mm-hmm. Maybe be a Sarah. Or be a tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a bunch of masks, and they're all different patterns and materials, and
wait, or maybe be a Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. What did Stephanie say?
I don't know why I'm not finding you when you start. You're gonna get me straight though.
I'll DM you directly next time, Stephanie. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, on that note, if you want to win a minimum of $25 gift card, watch, put relevant comments, comment on commenters, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, become a patron, and if you want to save $5 on a discounted gift card, use that referral code at raise.com. So we'll catch y'all next week with some positivity.
Oh yeah.
Later, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.